Hey guys, it's Andrew from the Las Vegas Advisor reminding you to click on the link in the description box below to get your 2025 Member Rewards coupon book. Food coupons, gambling coupons, all kinds of cool stuff to do in that Member Rewards coupon book. You can also use the code word Andrew for a minus $5 discount off of your Member Rewards book. Link in the description box below. Hi, and welcome to our monthly edition of the Las Vegas Advisor Update with Anthony and Andrew. Today is Thursday. Yes, it's Thursday, August 7th in the year 2025.
That is correct. We got a bunch of news, man.
A lot's going on. First, we're going to be talking about the slowdown.
The slowdown. Over and over, man. I have done, you're seeing it everywhere now, right? I mean, everybody's talking about what's wrong with Vegas.
Yeah.
Because the numbers are bad. And they've been down like the Strip. In May, it was 5 consecutive months down on the Strip. I believe June was down again. So I think that's 6 consecutive months.
Right.
Maybe the other way around, 5 months or 6. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, the numbers don't lie, right?
No. And we've talked about the gouge. We've talked about how it's just more expensive than it's ever been to do anything in Vegas.
And that's a big part of it. But I mean, I've been on, gosh, I don't know, maybe a half a dozen shows myself. I did a couple in London. I did Inside Edition. Mm-hmm. I did KNPR.
Okay.
All of it was about the slowdown. And I say the same thing on both of them. It's a double whammy. The gouge is, well, let's go back to that. First is the economy. Mm-hmm. And again, I know it's a political hot potato, but it doesn't matter. I don't care what side of, Republican, Democrat, something else you are. There is economic uncertainty right now.
Absolutely.
Because of tariffs and things like that. I'm not saying they're right, they're wrong, or anything else. I'm saying there's economic uncertainty.
Right.
And people are playing it close to the vest with their travel. But the second part is the gouge. Mm-hmm. You put the two together. It's what they did, and everyone's starting to pick up on that. When I was on KNPR, they're like, ooh, I never heard that, the gouge. I like that, And that's, the prices they're charging, especially on the Strip.
Well, that used to be one of the attractive things to come to Vegas, is that there were certainly high-end hotels, but that there were also breakfast buffets and some really good deals and free nights and comps and, certainly reasons to come to Vegas for inexpensive, value-seeking people.
Yeah, and we've talked about the flip side of that is it's going to be good for the customer because already, another place, Sahara, has rescinded resort fees through the end of summer.
There we go.
So, yeah, be a consumer, take advantage of the gouge and, look for places that are trying to take advantage of that and bring in customers.
Well, I also hear a lot of people are going downtown. They're saying, you know what, I'm going to go downtown. I've never tried it. I hear it's fun.
That's always been the play. I don't know how many times I've said this on these shows. Anybody who goes to the center of the Strip and gets gouged, I have no sympathy for them.
Right, because you could do a little research, and if it's the gouge that you're looking to avoid, then just definitely go downtown. Now, along with economic uncertainty comes openings and closings. Is this something related, Anthony? There's a lot of closings going on.
Yeah, more closings than usual.
Okay.
And that'll probably be the meat of this update is all the different places. So what do you want me to do? You want me to go down the list here?
Yeah.
What's going on? The most recent one we just heard is Poker Palace in North Las Vegas.
Now, I'm not aware of that. I've never been.
Way on the far north end of the Las Vegas Boulevard. Mm-hmm. Far beyond the Strip, but you keep going on Las Vegas Boulevard, past downtown, into North Las Vegas. You go past Jerry's Nugget. You go past the closed Silver Nugget.
Right.
You go past the closed used-to-be place with the Opera House. It's not even there anymore.
Closure.
Yeah, and then you hit the soon-to-be-closed October 1st Poker Palace. Okay. And you've also got Bighorn, which is a little bit off to the east. But, that corridor is closing down. Poker Palace has been there, for years and years, decades. And you've got to figure it has something to do with the economy. Buffalo Bills and Prim has closed.
Okay.
All right, so, that follows the closing of Whiskey Pete's out there. So there's only one left of the 3 casinos there.
And that's Prim.
Yeah. Was it Prim Resort? Something like that?
Something like that. When I was a kid, the very first time I came to Vegas, I was 16 years old and I was on a bus. And when I saw the lights of Whiskey Pete's and Buffalo Bills.
Exciting.
Oh, my God. Well, I thought that was Vegas. I was like, oh, my God, we made it.
Yeah. Look at Vegas. It's not as big as I thought.
And then, no, we actually stopped there. And I was just, 16 years old, and we were able to throw some coins and slot machines, and we were smoking cigarettes. And it was just.
And then you go over the hill and you see real Vegas. It's like, holy crap, man. Right?
Wow. Yeah.
So, all right. So Buffalo Bills closed. This is not a close. This is a cancel. This is the Tillman Fertitta mega resort. I mean, this was going to be a mega resort on the Strip at
South End.
Yeah, on the south end. But what's the street there? Harmon.
Yeah.
Right there on Harmon.
Yeah.
Now it's just a big old parking lot.
And it's a massive one.
It really is. But Fertitta says he's not going to do it. First of all, he was named ambassador to Italy. So that's taking up his time. Second, he's the biggest owner of Winstock. And he said it's going to be a conflict of interest if I open a place right down the street. So that whole idea of a new gigantic hotel on the Strip, no more.
Well, you know what's also interesting is that the north end of the Strip has all the new stuff now. So
yeah, I know. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't get anything. You know, there's room down in the south end, but they can't do it. All right, one more. There's going to be a little more room at the north because it was just announced that the Royal Resort is going to be demolished.
The Royal Resort.
The Royal Resort. That used to be called the Royal Casino. It used to be called various things. It's on Convention Center Drive.
Okay.
So if you think about where Resorts World is or where Stardust used to be, and then there's that road that intersects, all right, where Debbie Reynolds was and all of that, that's where the Royal Resort is.
Okay, I don't know it.
Yeah, you'd know it. If you drove by it, you'd look at it and go, oh, yeah, that one.
Okay.
But it's not going to be a big deal because it's a low rise. They're not going to implode it. They're going to take it down with bulldozers. You know, that sort of thing. But that's going to be another one that's going to be, gone into the ether. What else? I think there's more. Hold on. Oh, well, the next one would be this. We'll come back to this one. Batista's and Stage Door still closed.
Yeah.
So that's Batista's hole in the wall, where you go get the
free wine.
Yeah, free wine with your spaghetti dinner and all of that. And then the Stage Door with the $1 beers right off the Strip, also still closed.
And $2 all beef hot dogs.
Yes. And is it 2 or 3 now? Is it still? It's 2.
Oh,
I think it's 2. I think you're right.
Well, but it's closed, so both of them are closed.
So yeah, it doesn't matter how much you pay, you can't get one at this time. They're taking reservations online for Batista's on August 11th.
Okay.
But they've moved that back a couple of times.
Okay.
So who knows for sure?
Is this something we can bet on online?
No.
All right, so we've talked about closings. There's a lot of closures, but there is some light at the end of the tunnel. There are some openings, in fact, coming around.
A couple of a couple of things.
Yeah.
I mean, one is Boomers opened. Boomers is the new independent sports book.
This is really cool.
It opened at Ellis Island.
Yeah. This is awesome, and this is an independent sports book. Why don't you tell us, or tell the audience a little bit about what that means?
Well, it means that they're kind of a standalone place that's going to make their own lines.
Right.
All right, so what you usually get is a place like William Hill, and there's all these William Hill places, and they all have the same line.
And they're all over town.
Yeah, and then you've got Caesars, then you've got, MGM.
Yeah.
And they're all the same lines. Well, this is going to be a new source of a new line. So it's almost like getting another out for people who, either bet on the app, which, by the way, I haven't seen the details of it, but I hear there's a real good welcome bonus there.
Okay.
Up to $250 match bets.
Okay.
Now, those match bets, you never know exactly what that means until you look into it. There could be some kind of a hook to it, but usually it means they're going to give you $250 in free bets. So that's pretty strong, up to $250. So if you put in 50, they'll give you 50. If you put in 100, up to $250.
Okay. And that sounds like a good deal.
Yeah. And it's a very good deal. Yeah. And so I'll check it out and we'll report on it. But we went to the opening.
Yeah.
Right?
It was very cool.
That was fun.
We got to see Steve Sear.
Steve Sear was there. We saw Oscar Goodman.
I saw Oscar Goodman. Anthony had a nice little chat with Oscar. That was pretty cool.
Had a chat with Oscar. We published Oscar's book of Rats and Men.
Yeah.
A book about him by John L. Smith. Fezzik was there.
Yep.
Gary Ellis was there because it was at Ellis Island. I hope we said that. It was at Ellis Island. And so the founder of Ellis Island, Gary Ellis, was there.
Yes, and we hit up Gary Ellis to be on the show.
Yeah, and Gary went,
okay. Pretty sure we cornered him and got a...
Yeah, we got a nod. We got an okay. Gary's a good guy. He's a cool guy. Known him for a long time. Gary will be on the show. So he'll be fascinating because of all the things what he has built, not just Ellis Island, but all of his bar chain around the city,
village pubs.
And Gary's got something called Marker Tracks that we'll talk about. That's just brilliant.
Okay, and that's exciting. So this sports book is another feather in the cap for Ellis Island. In addition to, they're going to be opening up this new area that I'm really excited to see.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing is that their renovation is almost done.
Yeah.
So where the sports book is now, it looks like a hole in a wall because it is, but it's going to move and become bigger into the new area
and nicer.
Yeah,
right.
So we're looking at about a month away on that, I think. And then the other opening was, it's not really an opening. Everybody was concerned about HOGS and HEIFERS, closing down across from the downtown Grand. and they've already got a new place. They're gonna have to move, but they're gonna open on Main Street across from the plaza in a place that used to be called Little Hotel Rooming House.
Okay.
And they haven't announced the opening date, but it's coming. So I love that bar. It's a lot of fun.
I love that bar too, and I got to tell you, that whole little area, that carousel bar, I've said it a million times in front of the plaza. It's a lot of fun, and then if you cross right over into where the Fremont experience starts, you get a stage right there.
Right.
And you get a whole bunch of other stuff to do.
And then
It's
right
great.
in that, you go there and you turn right, and the new Hogs and Heifers is gonna be a block away.
There you go, dancing on the bar, baby.
Yes.
All right, so we got to say something about this tax situation. The big, beautiful boondoggle.
Nice. Where'd you get that from?
I learned it from you.
It came from the current edition of the Las Vegas Advisor. We needed to title the first story, which is about the tax thing.
Right.
And we call it the Big Beautiful Boondoggle.
Right.
Because that's what it is.
Right. It's a boondoggle.
For gamblers. Here's the thing. Here's what I said in the LVA, and here's what I say to whenever anybody asks me. We still don't know really what it is.
Right.
And I've talked to tax attorneys now. I've talked to owners and people who are running casinos, and everyone's waiting for clarification.
Right.
And we know that, it looks like, well, we know that they're only going to allow you to use 90% of your losses to write off against winnings, but we don't know what a session is, and that's a big part of it. Like, is it by day? Is it, by week? Is it every time you pull a handle? Is it, that plays into the whole thing.
Right.
So everyone's trying and waiting, for that to be figured out. But the other more important thing that is starting to look more and more like the raising of the reporting threshold has not gone from 1,200 to 2,000 for slot machines and video poker.
Okay.
It looks like those are W2Gs, and it looks like this is for 1099s, which is something they would issue you when you win a tournament or, some sort of a contest or a prize of some sort.
Interesting.
So nothing changes.
Right. So when we do our blackjack tournaments at the Downtown Grand, and they paid us the $250 first prize, it comes with a little W2.
Is that a W2? That's a 1099,
or
right?
1099?
Yeah,
I mean.
that's the 1099.
Right.
So that's what we think the reporting applies to now.
Okay.
And we're still not sure. So the good news is we still have till the end of the year before any of this goes into effect, and hopefully we would think somebody's going to explain it by then or change it. And we're waiting to see.
Well, that's the good news, and it seems like what you're saying is that if you're somebody who's trying to get ahead of this, there's really just no way to know right now.
You can think about it. You can think about planning for what you might do, but again, without knowing what a session is, you really can't get into the weeds on this.
All right, and we also have to say something about the grinder, Michael Mizrahi. What do you got to say, Anthony?
New World Series of Poker main event champion.
That's right. Congratulations.
What a run this guy had. I mean, Michael Mizrahi, like as you say, they call him the grinder.
Yeah.
He wins the Poker Players Championship, the $50,000 entry fee.
That's a big buy-in.
Big, prestigious one for the fourth time. Nobody's ever won it 4 times.
Right.
So he wins it. Then he goes and enters the main event with a field of 9,735 players.
That's incredible.
And wins it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And that's just about $100 million of buy-in.
Man, I mean, the money that was involved with this is just crazy. Everybody at the final table made $1 million or more.
Yeah.
And he made $10 million for winning it. He rolled the table, man. When he made it to the finals, he just rolled it. It took him only 79. There were 9 players at the final table. It took him only 79 hands.
Wow.
To beat them.
Wow.
Interestingly, before it started, he was in second place. Mm-hmm. And someone asked him in an interview, they said, what do you think it will take to win this? He said, about an hour. Great, eh? I mean,
hey,
he knew he was on a roll. He was on a heater all the way.
Yeah. If you can back it up, baby, you can back it up.
Yeah, he played great. But the amazing thing, it was, by the way, his 8th bracelet overall.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, unbelievable tournament.
Now, it goes to show you, we talk about how if you're playing poker in a casino, there's no house edge. The casino takes a rake. But, right. Poker really is a skill game, and this kind of reinforces that.
Well, yeah. I mean, poker is a skill game for sure. And, tournament's a different kind of skill. He was down to, here's the interesting thing. You talk about going on a heater. He was down to like 2 big blinds, meaning like he could only go around the table twice before he was out. He would be anteed out if he didn't win a hand. And he won, and he doubled up, and he doubled up again, and he kept winning and winning and winning, went all the way and took it down. So some are saying maybe the greatest accomplishment in poker history. The other thing was the woman from Spain made the final table. First time since the 1990s that a woman has made the final table. Leo Margetts, that's her name. So a lot of interesting things happen, but nothing quite like Mizrachi's run.
Yeah. So congratulations to the grinder. All right. Anthony, we always talk about how Circa has the best contests and just really raises the bar. Let's talk a little bit about their latest tournament.
Grandissimo.
Yeah.
It's a $100,000 entry fee. Last I saw, 9 people had put up the money. They need 15 to meet the guarantee of $1.5 million and to erase any opportunity for an overlay there.
Well, Anthony, do you think there's going to be an overlay on this? And then also, what about the other contests?
On this one, I don't think there will be.
Okay.
I think they're going to get enough people. I think people are waiting. I know they're waiting to see how many people are going to enter and what happens with the first game, which is going to be I think it's the Phillies and the Giants. And there's a little strategy going on there about how you play it. The other ones, it's too early to tell. We don't know yet because all the money comes in at the end.
Right.
Right now it looks like they've got a long way to go to make those guarantees, but nothing really happens until the last week and a half.
All right.
So for those who are waiting, we'll take this opportunity to talk about the proxy service that they're going to need. I saw something in the paper the other day. I couldn't believe it. That more than 90% of the entries for Circa are proxies.
Really?
Yeah, meaning that they're from out of state.
Right.
When you think about it, yeah, that makes sense because there's so many players, they've got to be from out of state. And for almost all of them, they can't play unless they have a proxy service, which puts in the picks for them.
Okay.
So this is the second year in a row now we're working with footballcontest.com.
That's right, Maddie.
Yeah, and we're going to have Maddie on the show here, before. But it's like $99 per entry and a view for a tournament, and you get a $50 discount if you use the LVA code. So we're going to have a link to it there, I think, right?
That's right. It'll be in the description box, and I used Maddie last year. Even though I'm a local, I had some partners that were out of state, the two Daves, and we used Maddie's service, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, go through the link, and if you want to do it. And it's about the best deal you'll get, and we know they're good. They know that we know they pay attention. So, and it's not just Circa this year. Westgate is really upping their game. They also have a Survivor contest now for $1,000, like the regular Circa one. They also have what might be the best one of all, a $500 college contest.
Okay.
So it's like the only college contest in town right now, except for the $25 one at the Last Man Standing at Station Casinos.
Are you going to get in on the college one?
I'm going to play the college one for sure.
Okay.
Frank B. and I always play the college. We've done better in college than we have in pros. He likes pros better. I like college better.
All right, so I'll have a link to Maddie and footballcontest.com in the description box.
Yep.
And we always got to talk dining. What's happening, Anthony? What's hot in dining in Las Vegas right now?
A couple of interesting things.
Okay.
I mean, one of them in the last LVA, we have something called quick reviews there, where we don't do really a full review, but we're talking about the lobster buffet at the Palms.
Okay.
So one of our spies out there went and did the buffet, used the LVA coupon from the member rewards book, 50% off. So what is it, 80 now becomes 40 or whatever it is. And he had this hack. He had this cool hack. And what he did was he went to Amazon, and he'd gone before. He'd done the lobster buffet, and he didn't like the tools they gave him. The things to crack the lobster and all of that. He didn't like the tools. So he bought his own toolkit. Comes in a pouch. I think it was $8.95 from Amazon, and it's got a drawstring. You can tie it to your belt or put it in your pocket or whatever. And when he got there, he pulled it out and he ate the lobster with the thing. I thought it was a kind of a cool little hack.
It is cool. It looks pretty cool in the picture. We'll put up a picture of it. Real Renaissance man.
Yeah, kind of a Renaissance glutton.
Yeah.
Let's call him that. I just had to read this. Here's what he wrote when he told me about this hack. But he says also, he goes, I didn't eat 22 lobster tails like last visit. I only did 15 because I also had shrimp, ahi tuna, crab, and lobster mac and cheese, as well as ice cream, some pineapple Dole Whip, and a cannoli. I got there at 7:15 with no reservation, waited in the overflow line for 15 to 20 minutes, and got in. By 8:30, there was no line at all.
Well, good thing he got an appetite waiting in line.
This is the same guy who ate 10 orders of fish at Crown and Anchor on the fish and chip. Monday night, all you can eat fish and chips.
That's hilarious. So he's a glutton. He's a real all-you-can-eat kind of guy.
Something of a glutton. You wouldn't know it by looking at him, but I mean, this guy just goes in and he does it. But it's interesting also that the lines have subsided there, and you don't have to wait forever like you're used to in the beginning. With the lobster buffet, you can get in, use the elevated coupon, get half price or 2 for 1.
Well, also as a value-seeking guy myself, like we could do the math on it and break down, if he had to pay $40 to get in and then he ended up having 14 lobster tails. I mean, you're talking, $2 a lobster tail.
A little under $3, not bad.
All right, what else we got?
A quick nod to Rampart.
Okay.
I don't like Rampart much anymore.
Well, because they don't have a coupon with us anymore. What's going on, guys?
They pulled their coupon. The only one last year that pulled from us.
Yeah.
The only one. But anyway, they are having. They're going to have a new food hall called Neighborhood Food Hall.
Okay.
So look for that. Looks like they've got a dim sum, some sort of like 100-year-old dim sum place from New York. These food halls are getting, they're getting really interesting. I mean, we'd rather have the buffets, but the food halls. The competition there, just like the buffets used to be, who can get the coolest things. So that's happening there. And then one more thing, place called 50 Top Pizza out of Italy. They're considered like the world experts on pizzas. Yeah. And they do the best 50 in the world, and they also do the best 50 in different countries. They did the best 50 in the United States, and we had 2 from Vegas.
Yep.
One was Pizza Rock, downtown. Fantastic pizzas there, all kinds of different kinds. The biggest slice in Vegas.
Right by the Downtown Grand.
Yep, right across the street. And the other one was the 00 Pie and Pub.
That's right around the corner from us on Spring Mountain.
In Chinatown.
Yeah.
Great pizza. We just went and did it. We tried the pizza. They come in like they're smaller, and it's like they call it Tokyo style. That's where this guy learned the craft. And they also happen to have like the best Caesar salad that I've had in Vegas in a long time.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you go there, you check out the Caesar salad. I think we got a picture up.
Yep, it's up. Give it a try. They don't do lunch. They open at 4.
All right, and if the rumors are true, I'm hearing that Blair Rodman's book on sports betting is just about done.
It's very close. After several years, it's very close. But first, I'll talk about books I'll talk about books right now. But first, we've been doing this compendium called Las Vegas Rights for years, and the sponsors of it from the city of Las Vegas lost their funding. So we didn't think, because of the Doge stuff. So we didn't think we were going to be able to do it. But Jarrett Keene, who is the editor, has been the editor for the last 5 or 6 years, put it together.
Okay.
And so we are going to do it this year. We're going to have some really good authors. We're going to have John L. Smith. We talked about him earlier. He was the author of of Rats and Men, the book about Goodman. Yeah, we're going to have Scott Dickensheets, the former editor, Jeff Schumacher, who comes out of the Mob Museum downtown. It's going to be really good. So we're looking forward to that. And I got to give a shout out to Jarrett Keene. He just got inducted into the Nevada Writers Hall of Fame.
Congratulations. That's
very
incredible.
Cool. So we got some talent here. As for Blair's book, very close. We're finishing it right now. Blair was here yesterday for 2-3 hours.
Right.
We're putting it together. We're in the production stage. It's all about sports betting, mostly for beginners and, not top experts, although there's a lot of nuggets in there because Frank B's contributing.
Okay. So this is something that we've been talking about for a while. We're excited. I know you guys are excited. So the time is close. And is there a link where they can pre-order?
Yeah, we have pre-orders. Just go to the store at LasVegasAdvisor.com and you can, go into the store. That's not paywalled. And you can pre-order it there. And then the third one that's close is breaking the slot code. A lot of people have been waiting a long time for that.
Well, this is the one people are really excited about.
Yeah, this is about the advantage slots. As soon as we finish Blair's book, as you call it, you don't call it all about sports betting. You call it Blair's book.
That's right. It's just Blair's book because we're working on Blair's book. What are we doing in here? We're working on Blair's book.
Exactly. As soon as we finish all about sports betting, then we will put the final touches on the slot code.
Okay. That sounds really exciting. Lots of books. Check out the LVA website. Don't forget to get your coupon book if you're not a member. And if you're a new member, you can go ahead and use my password or my coupon code. Use the coupon code word Andrew and become a member at the Las Vegas Advisor.
Save $5.
That's right. You save $5. Come on now. You know a good deal when you see one. Let's talk about our schedule, Anthony.
Okay, so we're this is it. We're concluding our monthly.
Yep.
Now, typically the third Friday was next Friday, and that would be next week, and that would be Beer Friday.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do it. We're going to do it on the fourth Friday because the calendar falls funny.
Yeah.
So that's going to be August 22nd.
Okay.
That will be Beer Friday. Next week instead, we'll do our jackpot show, and then following Beer Friday, in enough time before football season starts, we'll have our guest show, and we'll have a few football people. Probably Maddie, as we were talking about, maybe Frank B. Who knows who we bring in? Maybe Brady Cannon again this year.
Yeah, we love that Brady on the show. That'd be great.
So we're looking at that. And speaking of our guest show, we had Scott Robin last 2 weeks ago.
Vital Vegas.
Vital Vegas. Very polarizing guy.
Yeah, people like Scott.
Well, they like him and they don't.
Yeah.
So you might want to go back and check that one out.
Yeah, that's a good one. Also, shout out, you said Jarrett, and that name popped in my head. Our buddy Jackpot Jarrett hit his 19th Royal Flush this year, and he sent it to me via text. So congratulations,
Must play a
Jackpot
lot.
Jarrett. Yeah, we want to look at your win-loss statement at the end of the year, Jarrett.
Really?
But congratulations on your 19th Royal Flush. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to the guys who comment Jackpot every week. If you have nothing to say, just comment Jackpot, because if you leave a comment, it helps the algorithm. If you leave a question, a lot of times we read the questions.
True Blue.
Well, I'm going to